Hutch is almost ready. We're going live. When storms arrive, we go left. With eyes on the sky, we stand by your side. Through the wind and the rain, through the thunder's call. Hutch is weather, we're here for it all. Standing strong with you, no matter the storm. Anywhere, anytime, at hutchesweather.com. We're live!
And hello, everybody. It's meteorologist Hutch Johnson joining you. Thank you for listening to my music, number one, and thanks for joining me and your trust in weather information. I see the questions already coming in. I am going to get to all of them for Steele, for you, Nicole, as well. Good to see you on board, Clint Moe. Thank you very much for joining, Nathan and Karen. All right, and thanks to all of you who have hit the app, ordered goods from my shop, and also who have helped Hutch with donations via Venmo and other things. All of that goes to help continue to build Hutch. Here we have a winter storm taking place. A watch is in effect right now, but the likelihood of a blizzard is increasing in areas. And the snow track, well, I'll have details on that. And oh, by the way, we're going to show you in Montana where those 90-mile-per-hour winds will be possible. And here in the Dakotas, we could see hurricane force winds as well. It's all coming up. I'll have the details. Stay tuned. Cheryl, good to have you. Scott, good to have you. And
A Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
All right. Thanks for watching again, Tracy. And asking about Winnipeg is Jared. Thank you very much. Scott in Williston, North Dakota. Let's get started. First of all, this is the area I turned off some of the wind products here so we could more clearly see where the winter storm watch has been issued. All of the Red River Valley counties of North Dakota and Minnesota, and a little bit of an extent out on Highway 200 here out towards Minot. We have that winter storm watch in effect. Make no mistake about it. It's going to be terribly windy, but this is the area where the snow will be a little bit more impactful and therefore increase the chance for some near zero visibilities as we go through. Now, when you get up tomorrow and as you go through the day, please know this, it's going to be rain and breezy. And you can be like, what's Hutch making a big deal about? You know what? I'm not making a big deal. I'm just letting you know that things are really going to change. Let me just start by saying this. I want you to be where you want to be by Wednesday evening, because by the time we get into the late evening hours and overnight, some of the Canadian snow will be drifting south. Stanley, North Dakota, I run a snow removal business. You are a lifesaver at times. Thanks, John. I appreciate that. And so are you. You're a backsaver, right? So we need all of you to work together, and let's keep those roads clear. Don't be traveling if you don't need to in the dark hours when our DOT crews are really putting it all on the line, as are our first responders to rescue those of us that end up in the ditch. 90-mile-per-hour winds. What are the average blizzard winds? Good question, Daily Zen. Let's talk about that as well. A blizzard needs 3 hours of winds with sustained winds or gusts frequently over 35 miles per hour and visibility less than about 2 city blocks or a quarter of a mile. That's it. And if you have that for 3 consecutive hours, then we have, by definition, a blizzard. Look, we don't want to say the word blizzard until we really know for sure, because we don't want to overuse it. So I will say blizzard-like or blizzard conditions possible, because you know what? Not everybody's going to get heavy snow, but boy, it doesn't mean falling snow. It can be blowing snow that reduces visibility to those levels. So when we get in blizzards, we just need 35-mile-per-hour winds, and we are going to have 50 to 60-mile-per-hour winds in these areas. And out in Montana, I'm talking 90-mile-per-hour winds, but as far as snow goes, not as much. All right. Hey, the big dill. You got that. Tim, thank you very much. Let's talk a look at this forecast, shall we? Let's put this puppy right into motion. Now, this is just one model's rendition condition. What are you going to wake up to? Nada. We're going to have a southerly wind. It's going to be mild. In Montana, though, we already have the onset of some showers of rain and wet rain at that, with Miles City and points north over the Fort Peck reservoir up there. It's going to be big time rain. And look at this, mountain snow, winter storm warnings in western parts of Wyoming. Look at the heavy snow out there in West Yellowstone and also out towards the Tetons. Woo! That's great. Now we got some much needed snow in the northern Rockies near the Whitefish area, as well as Kalispell up there, a winter storm warning. Now, the rest of Montana said, Hutch, no big deal. We got some rain coming through. That's right. It's going to get wet. Okay, that's all good. Look what's going on for our Canadian provincial areas here. From Swift Current to Regina. This pink here indicates we got some problems. Okay, we could be having some slippery roads. Now, what's going on here? This is kind of a warm front. Southerly winds and southwesterly winds riding over the cool pool of air here in Saskatchewan and Manitoba, forcing that air up and causing, as it falls, those snowflakes to melt down at the ground level and turn into some freezing rain, sleet, and nonsense. Let's just call it that. Let's call it what it is. Brandon and Winnipeg just getting started at 11 a.m. This is on Wednesday. This isn't even the real main event yet. We have a southerly wind and we're warm. Now, as we put this into motion, here's what you need to know. I hope this isn't too detailed for you, but I want to cover a large area. Rain showers moving into Minot, western parts of North Dakota. Rain, 2 p.m. So that afternoon drive home is going to get wet out there in Minot to Bismarck and out towards Dickinson. Look out, New Salem, Sioux. You'll need an umbrella. Look at this. This is the real deal right out here. If you look closely, Medicine Hat, we got some big time flakes. You see that gray in there and this heavier band of precipitation? There's going to be a narrow band of heavy snow. It's up in Canada, though, for Wednesday. Look out, North Dakota. It's going to be your turn, Minnesota, as we head into the nighttime hours. That's why Hutch wants you to be where you're going to be. Now, here we go. Now, as we head into your drive time home in the evening, the Red River Valley getting wet. Rainfall here, a transition between Winkler and Winnipeg of some freezing drizzle, freezing slop, and slippery snot. And that stuff's not going to be fun. There's your heavy band setting up all the way from north of Thunder Bay, right through Dryden, right through Dauphin, right through Regina, and on wrapping back around. You see this little curly cue here? Looks like, what's going on with that? Well, that is a rip of northwest winds. So this is where the winds get gusty. So if you're in Montana, those afternoon winds through Great Falls, Cup Bank, and out towards Bozeman, Helena, round up north of Billings up towards Lewistown, those winds will be ripping out of the mountain passes and down onto the eastern plains down there. And we're talking some significant wind gusts. I'll show you those momentarily. Now, as we go through the evening hours, and this is where I want you to be where you're going to be. Here's the wind and the snow rocking through the central part of North Dakota and also the arrowhead of Minnesota. But remember, we have south and west winds here, not as strong. The main event with the wind is here. Woo! Okay, now overnight, and as we head towards daybreak, all right, if you hear noises, no, it's not an early arrival of the Jolly Elf. This is a big-time windy storm, and here it is at 2 a.m., rocking Grand Forks all the way to Winkler, Winnipeg, heavy snow north out towards Brandon, Highway 1. Could be a mess up there. Now, as you go into Minot and Bismarck on the 83 corridor, very strong northerly winds. These winds will become northerly and northwesterly with gusts to 60 to 70 miles per hour in the central Dakotas. South Dakota, all my viewers there, listen to this. It's going to be windy, windy, and windy. That's all you need to know. There won't be a lot of snow. We could get a brief period of snow. And yes, you could have some blowing snow in places. But I got to tell you, it's going to be very difficult to see if there's any snow at all. Your winds here will challenge hurricane force. We'll show you that in a second. Then as we continue on through, okay, here you go. Now we're talking about some serious snow moving its way into Bemidji, the Red Lakes area, on up into, well, how about that? The northwest angle getting just, wow, big time wind and also some significant snow. Get the snow machines ready, gas them up, but don't go out in this stuff. This will be terrible. You'll get lost. Okay, now look at this. All the way from Red Lakes through Brainerd Lakes area, Fergus Falls, we got some snow showers moving through. I'm going to zoom into this immediate area. Devil's Lake, it's almost over for you at 7 a.m. This is on Thursday. Angela, hi. Ethan, hi. Tommy, hi. Will we get slippery snot in Wadena, Mr. Hutch? We'll talk about that. Here's Wadena, Little Falls, and Brainerd, and this whole area here getting snow. So there'll be some rain first, but no, the freezing rain doesn't look to be too much of an impact here. There it is, maybe a little drizzle. Okay, that's it. I wouldn't go full on yucky. Okay. All right. Will we get snow squalls? Snow squalls, I think, are something that we more associate with a cold front where we have this sharp line of very heavy snow. There'll be some of that will be out towards Thunder Bay and on the east side of Minnesota. I do believe there could be some snow squall, brief blinding snow. But the blizzard, here you go. As we go into 2 a.m., and this is on Thursday, this is where this snow makes its way into Grand Forks, Thief River Falls, Red Lake Falls. Nobody's out and about walking the camel or even the alpaca at that time of the night. It's just too late, and it's not going to be fun. So if you are out here with whatever, the dog, anything, it's going to be very bad travel, very dangerous all across the region. Winkler, Devil's Lake, Minot, and straight into Fergus Falls and Brainerd. So here we go. Wind and snow, 5 a.m. drive time on your Thursday now, the 18th. It looks pretty dicey. And even though the snowfall amounts won't be that great, look at this. It's starting in the morning at 2 to 3 a.m. and the snowfall lasts all the way to 10 a.m. So we're going to have hours of snow, even though not heavy. It's going to blow, it's going to drift, it's going to get compressed onto the road by your old tires or your horse's hooves, whatever mode of transportation you're taking, best to stay home. Now look at this heavier band of snow moving through Grand Rapids if you're in Hibbing. And hey, way out here, I mean, this is Sasquatch country, all right? So they're not going to be happy about this. If you know any, let them know what's going on too. Duluth, Superior, and the northwest parts of Wisconsin starting to see the onset of snow, including in and around the Apostle Islands. It's probably not a very great day to go on a tour of the Apostle Islands. Snow ending as we go into the mid-morning hours, but the wind continues to rip. That's a look at that. Now let's take a look at some snowfall potential. We're getting to wind, I promise. And your questions. That's why you have Hutch on, is to ask questions. Thank you, thank you. Let's get to it. How about some digits? You want to know digits? I got your digits. Okay. Backing it off a little bit. This is a 2-day total from the European model. Why am I using the European model when there are high-resolution models that are available? Look. The storm is still just getting started out in the Western Rockies. It hasn't even developed yet. This could still shift a little bit. Now, look what happens if the line of snow shifts south. That'd be no good for northern North Dakota. And we'd even see more appreciable snow here. But the way it looks to me, this model, yes, the European model and a couple others have been pretty consistent about keeping the heavy band north. I'm sorry, Canadian provincial areas. It's going to be pretty bad on the prairie out there, all the way from Saskatoon and Regina straight into, well, Brandon, Winnipeg, Winkler, all the way out to Thunder Bay and beyond. So over 6 inches is certainly possible in some of these areas, but we'll call our border counties having the best chance at seeing significant snow, and all of us will have wind. So even 1.6 to 2 inches of snow with wind, and it's coming from the north as we go into your Thursday. That's going to blow the snow that falls up here straight down to the south. No, I don't think we're going to get enough of a crust on the area roads out here. By golly, I think we're going to end up with some blowing snow when this event is ongoing. So that's what we got going on. Hey, Tracy, good to have you on board. How does Saturday look in the FM? I am going to get to your questions. Travis, thanks for joining, and thank you for everything. You know what I mean, sir. I hope you're doing good. Will it be windier tomorrow morning? No, mid-afternoon than it was today. You know what? Yes, I think we'll have some breezy conditions from the southwest that will gust over 40 miles per hour here in the Red River Valley, since I know that's where you're asking from. Hey, Tim, Sasquatch country. Yep, that'll be a bad hair day for Sasquatches, and that's why Hutch here has this. Picks them up at participating locations. North Dakota, super duper hold hairspray. I don't know about 90 mile per hour winds, but it should work pretty good in 40 to 50 mile per hour winds. Now, let's get to it. Measurable snow along the I-94 corridor, the Highway 10 corridor, and then even the I-94 corridor through Fergus Falls. So the closer you get between Fargo and the cities, the closer you get to Fargo, the more impactful this weather is going to be. Down to the south, there's still going to be gusty winds on Thursday, but not nearly as much snow. Still some icy roads. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Now, wind gusts. I'm going to walk you through an hour-by-hour forecast, Montana. Don't lose me now, Montana, because I'm talking 90 mile per hour winds. I'm going to show you where. Here in our area, The greatest chance between 6 a.m. and noon for gusts over 60 and near hurricane force winds will be in the central part of the Dakotas. We will still have 50-mile-per-hour gusts down the old barren Red River Valley where there's nary a tree except in the river valley, and this lower spot with the cold air just funneling and a tunneling right down that Red River Valley. Or should I say up, right? Because it's blowing uphill. You get that? Red River flows. Yeah, never mind. At any rate, we're going to be having 50-mile-per-hour gusts to 60-mile-per-hour gusts in eastern North Dakota. Get in the trees of Minnesota. It's not going to be a picnic. And by the time we get through the noon hour, we'll have gusts over 30 miles per hour at times in central Minnesota. Some of these 50-mile-per-hour gusts will indeed move down the I-94 corridor here, so keep that in mind as well as you go through your day. Now, let's talk a little bit about this because we're going to take a time out. When you're out driving across our entire region, this is how things may look, okay? You won't be able to see 2 city blocks. This is a blizzard where we have blinding snow like this. You can't see more than 2 blocks, and it lasts for 3 hours. So don't do this. Don't be caught out there from late Wednesday night through most of the morning half of the day on Thursday in North Dakota, and then into the evening hours into parts of Minnesota. A survival kit is a must if you must travel. Please, if you get stranded, think, what happens if your car won't run or start? How are you going to stay warm when the temperatures are sliding away and you have no heat in your car? It's important to have candles and matches. It's important to have that shovel to get unstuck if you can. A fully charged cell phone. Don't sit there in the first hour playing some game or something and drain your batteries. Save those batteries. Get a hold of somebody, and hopefully help can arrive. But in blizzard-like conditions, that help can sometimes take the better part of a day, especially if there are a lot of people out traveling. Let's hope for that. Call for help for an idea. That's a good one. Hey, all right, what's up? Issa Marita, thank you for joining. Windy day for sure today. Winter survival kits are a must in your vehicle. Something to stay warm, blankets and mittens for everyone. And if you must travel, I like to go buy a big multi-pack of those hand and foot warmers. Those things are amazing, and they last up to 6 or even 8 hours. Hey, thanks so much, Brad. I love it. Appreciate it. Let's talk about this now. I talked about the chance to see these winds in motion and where they're going to go. Montana, we got you covered. Look at this. When this storm system comes rocking out of Montana, you're looking at Wednesday. Then we have winds here, 20, 30 miles per hour as we head into our Wednesday morning. Okay, so these winds will be southwesterly here in Fargo. Notice it picking up in Pierre and in the Sisseton Hills. What does that red mean, Hutch? Let me get my little pencil out and marker. The red, the pinks are 50 to 60 mile per hour winds from the west-southwest here across the I-90 and I-90 29 corridor here in South Dakota. What's all the purple, Hutch? Okay, this is noon on Wednesday. Here is the secondary portion of the low from Calgary through Medicine Hat and right into northern parts of Montana, up there near Glacier, Kalispell, Great Falls, and look at this, Fort Peck Reservoir, Bozeman, Billings. The purple is not good. So check it out. Do you think I was joking when I said 90? This model, now the model isn't always right, but it does have and has been consistent now the last couple of runs of showing some spots where we're going to get 80 to 90 mile per hour potential out of the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. Why? The winds at the mid-atmospheric level are going to be pushing 100 miles per hour. And if you give them a nudge up as they go over the mountains, then they come down and some of that energy makes its way to the ground. That means bye-bye inflatable Santa, goodbye yard decorations, Christmas lights might be broken, strands might be on your neighbor's house in the morning. That's that kind of a day, Havre and Lewistown. Cut Bank, oh goodness, family out there in Cut Bank. And what's this green, by the way? Let me show you what I'm talking about, because this is what I'm talking about here. Oh, Shoto, it's not looking good for that area. 92 mile per hour gusts in this area here of the northern Rockies of Montana. That is some ripping wind out there, and that is not kite flying weather and definitely not a hot air balloon type of a day. Now look at Wyoming as well. Okay, you get out of the Rocky Mountains here as you're getting onto that I-25 corridor between Casper and Cheyenne, and there's going to be some ripping gusts straight out of the west. That is not fun. Kim and Carol Samuelson, thank you for your contribution on my YouTube channel. Click that subscribe button on YouTube today. I'd love to have you on board. We are almost to 10,000 here, and I kid you not, I'm at my fighting weight clinically. Hugo's this afternoon, walked with a cart and was darn near blown away. Literally, cart just sideways. Wow, Heather, that is crazy. Yes, we've had crazy winds and they are fixing to get crazier. Now, this is Wednesday at noon. Notice what's coming out of Montana. In our area, yes, we're going to have gusts, 30, 40 miles per hour oil patch. Minot, straight into the Devil's Lake Basin and the Cheyenne River Valley, James River Valley, 30 to 40 mile per hour gusts. Fargo and Lakes Country, 30 to 40 mile per hour gusts through the midday. So yes, it will be windy in the afternoon. These will be southwesterly winds. I'm going to say that again, southwesterly. You got low pressure here, southwesterly flow wrapping up here in Manitoba where it's snowing. You got easterly winds and some of you northeasterly winds where they converge. That's where that heavy band of snow is going to set up. Let's rock these winds and show you where they go and when they get to you. Western North Dakota, things start rocking at 4. You want to be where you're going to be in Western North Dakota by that time. No, I'm not expecting a ton of snow there, but there will be that wraparound pocket right here. You see that? That's the wraparound pocket of snow that will be coming through. So there's going to be a period of some really wicked snow out there blowing in the winds. How much are those winds? Well, we did talk about that, but let's look, Dickinson. Oh my goodness. Is this, I don't know what New Salem Sioux is rated towards, but this is Dickinson and points north in Stark County here in North Dakota. And we have some of these 90 mile per hour gusts rocking out of places like Calgary and Medicine Hat here, rocking right towards Malta and Havre. So just a terrible windy night and afternoon in Montana. And then some of those gusts upwards of 60 or 70 mile per hour hurricane force winds will move into Western North Dakota. So from Medora, the northern part of the park up here, all the way down, how much do you think Williston will get? I have to stay in the hospital, get out Thursday morning. Scott, best wishes from the heart for you. Heather, thank you so very, very much for contributing stars on the Facebook channel as well. I appreciate each and every one of you. And believe me, it goes a long ways towards helping me continue doing what I love. And that's talk with you about the weather. And I love this even more than my 30-year career or so in broadcasting because I can talk directly to you. So keep it coming. I'm going to do my best to get to those. Let's get to this wind now. Shazam. Here it goes. Right down. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Lemon, Dickinson, Bismarck, Mobridge. This is all purple. No, I'm not showing upper level winds here. The isobars where they're closest together are going to have rockin' north winds. Your winds become rockin' in the overnight hours of your Wednesday night into Thursday. Here we start seeing the nose of this wraparound event pushing into Fargo, southeast North Dakota, and the I-94 corridor. We're talking north winds. Hey, tractor trailers driving east and west on I-94. Hey, tractor trailers or anybody traveling east and west on Highway 2 or 200. Be advised, these winds will tip you over. Do not get caught traveling east-west with an empty load as you go through Wednesday to Thursday. These winds are estimated to be close to hurricane force, not everywhere, but in spots, okay? Now, let's mosey into your morning hours and see what the daybreak brings. Do know this, the best chance of snow we showed you starts in about the 2 to 4 a.m. time frame, wrapping around that system and moving into places like Grand Forks and Fargo, and it's snowing till maybe at latest noon. So with that in mind, we're going to have wind gusts to 55, 60 miles per hour here in the valley with snow. We're going to have Minnesota wind gusts, probably a little lower thanks to those fun things, those sticks growing with branches on them. What do they call it? Trees. Okay, you got trees. So those trees are going to definitely allow that to slow some of the winds, but these winds will be easterly over Lake of the Woods, northeasterly over Lake of the Woods, northeasterly over the Red Lakes area. And here's the thing, if you're thinking about going ice fishing, these kind of winds can do ridiculous things to ice. That's all I want to say. Ice really isn't very safe unless you check it out anyways. But even if it's deep, the amount of force this will have on a huge body of water, think about it. before you go out on the lake in this kind of a system. Okay, so that's Red Lakes. That's all of you on Lake of the Woods and Rainy Lake area. Please keep that in mind. We're going to have some ridiculous wind gusts out there as well. Now, the tightest isobars are moving through the Red River Valley at 8 a.m. Notice the isobars are farther apart. The wind is decreasing out west to 40 miles per hour. That's a quiet whisper compared to what you went through earlier in the day. And the heaviest of the winds move to the I-90 corridor here from Chamberlain, Mitchell, Rosebud, all of these areas in south central parts of South Dakota, Valentine, Nebraska. Look out, O'Neill. That's where some gusty winds on the order of 50 to 65 miles per hour will be moving to. For Minnesota, the wind and the snow moving through, but notice the strongest of the winds kind of stay focused. Brainerd, Wilmer, I-94 corridor, I-90 corridor, and they move south. It's not going to be a picnic up here with these northeast winds in the arrowhead of Minnesota, and that's the forecast. So to review, gusty winds, Rochester, Mason City, and for my viewers out there in southeast Minnesota, and I know there's quite a few, Glencoe, yeah, that's you. Take a look. These winds get really strong through the last half of your day on Thursday, while the wind conditions will be improving in the Red River Valley for the last half of our day, with winds decreasing to under 30 miles per hour. Okay, question time. I know I've missed a lot. If you're still here with me, I love you for that. Thank you very much. Now let's talk a little bit about questions. So Derek says, thanks from Meadow. And it was a pleasure to meet all of you. Thank you very much. And it was wonderful to have you all with me talking weather. Winter storm warning in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And Steve, thank you very much as we look out towards that area of Cheyenne. I'm seeing out in the western reaches of the state, Jackson Hole, Jackson, Riverton, that area having a warning. I don't see the warning yet for that area of Wyoming. I will put that up on the screen so you can see what I'm seeing. Now, that could be that that's just changing right now as we speak, too. Steamboat Springs and northern Colorado towards Fort Collins in a winter weather advisory. How much snow for War Road and when will it start? Let's get to it. Say, here's the watch map. A watch means that the conditions are all here for winter storm conditions. The National Weather Service no longer has a blizzard watch. Done. A few years ago, that was nixed. I think it's for good reason. We need to wait until we know a little more about the storm, but they're using the term in this entire area, blizzard conditions likely or possible. So keep that in mind. All right. More questions here as we take a look at the snowfall totals here. I'll go back to my map and then I'll pull up another one. And in fact, I think what I'll do is show you some differences here between models, just to show the storm is still forming out to the west. There's still going to be some changes in this forecast. So that's why I call it potential for snow and not a forecast. So let's look at this model guidance. This is the European model that I think has done a pretty good job showing snow falling along the international border heavy. A brief period of moderate to heavy snow with wind moving through Minnesota from about 6 a.m. through noon, and then continuing quickly out to Superior, where you're going to have some ripping north winds on the Big Lake. Okay, so what does this mean for snowfall potential? This is the model that Hutch likes to use when it comes to snowfall. Let me see here if I can pop up this one. Well, let's just look at the total snowfall as we go into, because it's 2 days worth of snow. So here you go. And if you're looking at places like War Road and up north, we're looking at 2 to 3 inches of snow, but more north. Suffice it to say that, yes, this could wiggle down to the south just a little bit, but the Weather Service's statement on the watch says about 2 inches of snow, which would correlate with this. Now let me show you, by comparison, that American model. And here we go. Now, the American model has moved the snow around a little bit, and it has been more consistent with showing it dipping down into parts of, see that? Heavy snow, northwest Minnesota, Highway 2 corridor through Devil's Lake, Candu, Langdon, Valhalla. And look at this, Winkler. You're going to get some wink of snowflakes and wind slapping through on the American model, okay? And it stays heavy, and it stays in the area through noon. The timing is very similar. The track is farther to the south with the heavier band of snow. Could that happen? Yes, but there are more models to suggest no. And if we look at one of the higher resolution ones that I think has done a really good job over the last couple of systems that we've had move through, I'm going to switch over to it. Now, here it is. This one showing mixture of precip in the north as we go into noon tomorrow, but it doesn't last long and it's out. South winds, warming temperatures and keeping us on the mild side, gusting to 40 to 45 miles per hour. It'll be windy. Rain moving into the western part of the state for the evening drive. Look at the snow hugging those border counties and then exploding into parts of northern and eastern Minnesota. But the explosion of snow means bands of moderate to heavy snow there, but not as much wind, and it'll be coming from the south east. Here's northeast winds wrapping around. Once this starts wrapping around, here's the windstorm going on out here. That part of the storm will bring terrible winds beginning as we go into Thursday morning, daybreak and beyond, and it lasts through the better part of the day. This model also showing a little bit more protracted timing of winter weather conditions across North Dakota and the valley. So if we take a look at the total snowfall accumulation of this, timing it out, a little bit here, a little bit there, the international border getting it as we go into your Wednesday night. This is by Wednesday night, mind you. Measurable snow that could be significant. Then heading into Thursday, it just keeps snowing provincial provinces in the prairie of Canada. Oh my goodness. And then sneaking down on the border, sneaking into northern Minnesota and the northwest angle. So this model now, which is a high resolution model, 2 days out, I still don't buy all of this second day snow sneaking this far south, but just suffice it to say, if it does sneak south, our Highway 2 counties and points north will have that best chance of seeing what Hutch's outlook is right now, and it looks like this. Significant snow potential, Highway 2 points north, 3 to 5 inches of snow. The best chance at 6+ is right along the international border. Yes, War Road. Yes, Badger. Yes, Greenbush. Yes, Kennedy and Hallock. Yes, Cavalier and Pembina. Yes, Walhalla. Yes, Langdon. Yes, all these snowy areas that want snow up there to get the snow machines out. But do know this. Blowing wind, gusts to 60 miles per hour for some in central North Dakota, near 70. Gusts to near 60 here in the valley. 55 seems to be a good bet. All right, so let's go on. What time do you go live? What time do you go live? Will you be going live with updates? Kindly yes, and get my brand new Hutch's Weather app. Search Hutch's Weather in the App Store today. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm super excited to make this announcement. I did it a couple of days ago, but I'd love to have you and you on board as well, because it's different than any app you're going to find here in this area. Why? Because it's not the same one that's offered by the other folks. And it also has my video updates on there, and it also has alerts to you when snow is approaching your area. Okay. And when in the summertime, when lightning's approaching you on the 9th green, it's going to tell you lightning's within 15 miles of you. You can open it, look at the radar yourself, and know ahead of time. And it is the only app with alerts to twisting storms, oftentimes before a warning is issued for a tornado, giving you and your family precious time to make plans. Please get it. You'll also notice there's some Hutch gear on there that you can buy gifts for those hard to get for people. All right. Thanks, and enough of that. And thanks for letting me elaborate just a little bit about the app. Truly a windy day today. Scott says, how much will Williston get? If you look at this map, Williston, you'll be in that band on that backside. It starts earlier for you guys as you go into Wednesday night, and you'll get some of that snow in there. And by your Thursday morning, that'll be on the ground with very nasty winds. So keep that in mind. That snow that fell up here with 60 to 70 mile per hour winds or better will be in your ballpark too. So it's gonna be very terribly hard to measure that as well. Hey, Brad, thanks for the comment on the app. Much better app. Thank you, Kim and Carol Samuelson. I appreciate it. You were just showing the 24th. Oh, what did I do? Did I just show the wrong date on somewhere? Dun, dun, dun. Let me see. I don't think I showed the 24th yet. 23rd. Okay. I'm sorry. If I had a wrong date on here, it's been one of those kind of days. This doesn't show the 24th. Okay. So here we go. Snow for Wednesday and Thursday, the 17th and 18th by 11 p.m. It's a 2-day snow total. I hope that clears it up, and I'm sorry if I confused something. I don't put it past Hutch to confuse stuff sometimes. I get to going, and I get to going fast. Thanks, Clutch Hutch. You got it, Troy. Thank you. Thanks for the heads up, Hutch. Plow is ready. Stacy, good to have you on board. Thanks, Brittany. All right, let's see. More questions. Power outage is possible, people. Yes, Scott, that's a good thing. Did you know on Hutch's Weather app, that you can see power outages? Okay, now I've got to get you. You can actually look at it on your map. Do you want to go over this? Say yes. Throw me a yes. Otherwise, I don't want to waste your time with another promo. But I'll tell you what, it has more stuff on this app than you're going to find on any other app right at your fingertips, including brought to you by my friends at OK Tire, the road conditions report. Whether you're in Saskatoon, Manitoba, Montana, Colorado, Nebraska, all of our regional states here, we've got your DOT information on here. This does include the Dakotas and Minnesota as well. And yes, they say, Pamela, thank you. That's all I needed to hear. We're going to get to it. My cell phone is getting loaded up so I can show it to you. This is also cool. Hutch gets this opportunity now to share with you my brand new app. A couple of things that I want to point you to is those power outages. And you know what? An app is a good thing to have on your phone. Let's go to it right now. I'm so excited. Can you tell? All right, here we go. Hutch's Weather app. You see this little button? That's it. You can search Hutch's Weather in your app store today and download it. And not only do that, but if you click on this app and you hold down on it, you're going to notice something really fun about this app. Number one, you can hold down on your screen anywhere here, and it'll say widgets, and you can add a widget with the data. There's like 12 different widgets you can pick from, data that you want on your phone screen, and then you just have to click the widget and you go live on Hutch's app. But for now, let's click on Hutch's Weather app right here. Shazam, it opens up. Thank you, fine sponsors at OK Tire. And thank you, Luther Family Ford. Here you go, Hutch's latest video. If you click on this right now, I'm live and you can watch me wherever you are on your cell phone. Even if you're in your car waiting out this winter storm somewhere, you can watch Hutch's Weather anywhere. This is the data fields here. This allows you to see hour by hour details for your location. This is really cool stuff. And I just want to point out one tool for you. If you click on this, you can go to the hourly forecast. I love that for the next 24 to 48 hours. And if you scroll through, look at the percentage chance of precipitation. This will be for Moorhead. And as you scroll down, you're going to see that chance starts to rise as we get into the later hours of tomorrow. Boom. Goes from 20% to 90% at 6 p.m. When might it rain? Well, the chances go up at 6 p.m. in the FM area. All right, now let's continue moseying down through the app because I wanted to show you how to get to those power outages. So here we go. We're going to go back to the home screen. Always know that this menu is your friend. Click on the menu and you hit the home button there and you'll have that opportunity to get back to that home page. Now on the home page, here's your road conditions report. Click that, pick a map, and you can also look at the snowfall forecast right there on Hutch's Weather app. But let's get to the map itself. Scroll down a little bit. This isn't just a radar. Do you see how I call it Radar Plus? I call it that because it is plus. It's not just the radar. It's the forecast radar. It's power outages. It's earthquakes. What do you want to plot? Hutch has got it for you. And right now, this blue is your winter storm watch for the Red River Valley, the Highway 2 corridor, and northern Minnesota. So you got that right there. But now, if I can connect this puppy back up to my computer here, I don't know why it has problems with that from time to time. I'm not sitting too far away from it, but let's just go to it. Uh-oh. I think we have a winter storm watch in effect, folks. Oh, looky there. It's on Hutch's Weather app even before that. Now let's go on to it. Now, if you want to plot different things, this is how you use that map. Oopsies. Oh, look at those Avalanche. They are up 1-0 on the Kraken. I keep a close mind on my Avalanche hockey team here. Sorry about that. Back to weather. Clicking on the home screen, going to the home screen, going back to the map. On the map, just click right here where it says National Radar. This is where you can plot different data, temperatures, but I love this. Oh, power outages, county level or state level. Let's go to the state level and I'll just show you. If you turn that on and then you go back to the radar here, you're going to have an opportunity to see where there are some problems with those power outages. So I did change it to power outages here, and now the other data looks like it's still on too. So let's turn off the overlay of warnings and advisories and alerts. So I just turned that off. Now I'll go back and now we can see across the nation right now, if we zoom out, are there any areas that have power outage issues? Oh my goodness, Texas, you're blue. We have some people without power. Look at California. Uh-oh, Seattle. Look what's going on out in the state of Washington. You can zoom this down to your local level and find out county by county where the power outages are. What other app does that? I mean, it's awesome. And not only that, you can head on back to the home screen here and check out those road conditions right on the app. So thank you so much. Gary, hope next week will be good north of Highway 2 and the North Shore to Grand Portage next week. I hear you, because there's a lot of folks that want to do some traveling as we head into the holiday season. So why not wrap up with a look at that holiday travel forecast? For this, I think I will go to a quick look at a national map. And let's use the European model, because Hutch likes the European model beyond days 3 or 4. Okay, here we go. As we get through this system severely impacts the Central Plains. As this cold air, Arctic air, dives into the Southern Plains into Oklahoma, we could have strong, maybe even severe storms rolling through places like Southern Illinois, into Arkansas, and the southeastern United States. Locally heavy rain, gusty straight line winds, and a sharp change in your temperatures, I might add. The Great Lakes will get rocked with some snow, and on the backside of this storm system, there you get your Great Lakes lake effect snow system working its way into the East Coast. So a very wet system on the 19th is the date we're looking at there. Look at this. It's another storm system trailing through parts of southern Manitoba again, heading on into places like Ontario and Quebec as we go into the middle of the week. Now we're on the week of Christmas. Okay, so we get to Sunday. Stormy weather continues in the Pacific Northwest, throwing systems out this way. Here a low pressure system develops in the Rocky Mountains and quickly races out into parts of eastern Canada. That's going to impact as we go into Christmas Eve, midday, the East Coast. Do you see that East Coast? There's Boston, there's New Hampshire, there is Vermont, and all of these folks in upstate New York, all the way down towards Long Island here, could get heavy snow and ice in Pennsylvania is what that looks like. And a bitter cold air mass starting to work its way through, but then a warm up as we head into Christmas Day. But look at this. The model's showing a little bit of snow shower activity on Christmas Day as we head in through southern parts of Canada, and the Rocky Mountain West will see some wintry weather. After Christmas is where we've been watching for our next wave of snow. But look at this. Stays on the West Coast with just persistent snowy pattern there. And that screams of some changes in the ENSO pattern a little bit. We'll talk about that another time. And there it is. Basically, I see no huge storms on the European model through Christmas and the weekend after, except for our neighbors in the Pacific Northwest with persistent snow and wind from an onslaught from a jet stream stuck in one location. I hope that helps, Gary. Thank you very much. Not the way I wanted to come back to work. I hear you. Neither did I. I don't mind covering weather for you. It's what I do. Jim, thanks for joining. Fire up the snowblower and DL. You know what? I don't think so unless you get some bad drifting. I'm expecting 1 to 2 inches of snow at most in our area. I will have an update tomorrow, though, because tomorrow will be within 24 hours of our snowfall, and the models do a much better job in that time frame. Kylie, thank you very much on the app. Kudos. You all are the best. Thank you, Liberty. You are the best as well for your kind words. All right. Yes, and thanks. We got you covered. That's Hutch's weather. Tune in the morning. I'll have updates throughout the day as things are rocking and rolling through the northern plains. Thanks for watching. Here's a little tune for you. And let me know in the comments what you think of it. And please tag a friend in these posts and share with your friends and help spread the word that Hutch is here, keeping his eyes on the skies for you. Oh, what's that I smell? Pedro, you making dinner?
This has been a Hutch's Weather Update with Chief Meteorologist
Hutch Johnson. Follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Wait, you forgot the new app?
You're right! I did! Don't forget to download our new app! Thanks for watching Hutch's Weather. Anywhere, anytime, on the app at hutchesweather.com.